Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to do an update on our hamster bin that has the African night crawlers in it. So we're ending this system, but I've been checking on it, and it's been a while since I've updated it, but it really looks bad, the material. It's very clumpy. It doesn't look like it's going to be usable, so we're going to try to fix this. And one of the things I keep reading about and hearing about is Diatomaceous Earth. It's an anti-caking agent. It's supposed to be helpful for if it's dry, for getting rid of bugs. And I'm going to try adding a whole bunch of it to the system and mixing it around in here and see if we can kind of fix the material before we do our harvest. I originally had done like a side-to-side harvest, and I had food on one side and paper, and then I had the other materials going to harvest on the other side. But with just how it looks, I don't want to just harvest something that's like I'm going to have to just dump it in my yard and somewhere where it's just out of the way and let it just slowly dissolve into the soil. I'd really like to have something that's actually useful. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our system. We're going to add a whole bunch of Diatomaceous Earth, which is also a grit you can use. I mean, it is a hard type of rock, and we can use that in the system. And this is food grade, by the way. So if you're doing this in your bins and you wanted to add it for your plants or something, it's food grade, the one I'm using. So you can use it in your garden, and it's not going to be like some massive effect on you. There's no chemicals in it or anything like that. And if you're looking for links to this, I do have a link down below to worldofcompost.com where you can purchase these items. So with that, let's take a look at this system. Let's see how it's doing, and let's get a lot of Diatomaceous Earth mixed in here. By the way, I will have a mask on when I do it. You need to wear a mask when working with this stuff. It's very bad for your lungs. So with that, let's take a look at the system. All right, so first off, we have our date of 7/9. Today is the 26th, so it has been a while since I've looked at this. It's been 17 days, but I've been kind of checking in on it, and that's why I really feel this needs to change. So I'm going to go ahead and push that down a little bit, just like that. And let's go ahead and take a poke in here. This is going to be a pretty quick update because we're really just going to add a little bit of food, and we're going to add a lot of Diatomaceous Earth. I don't really want to spend a whole lot of time in here, but let me show you what this material looks like first of all. First, on the lid, very dried and cakey material all over the lid. Doesn't look great. And then when you look in here, you see that it's just like clumps. I mean, it's really not what I'm looking for material. We last put the material on this side, but look at this. I mean, this is all just so clumpy, and it's not anything what I really want it to be. It's not holding any moisture. I don't even know if there's really good amount of worms left in here or if they've died off. I mean, it just doesn't look like good material. But you can just see in here, and there are some worms actually. So we got a worm right there, But it just this bin looks terrible. This is not the type of material I want to add to my gardens or anything like that. And more worms over here. So it looks like they are staying over here in this cardboard section where I last fed. I think we are going to continue to feed this system as we add in this Diatomaceous Earth. I think that's what we're going to do. It feels like though the worms have really dissipated from this system. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some frozen stuff to put in here. I know that frozen food isn't the best for them, but it's not warmed up right now. So we're just going to throw in a little bit of food and go ahead and cover that up. But this is the area I really want to work on here. Now, as I said, I do have a mask. Let me just show you. I've got this mask right here. This is where is it right there? This is a HDX NIOSH N95. It is one of the ones, actually, to get this on, I'm going to take this glove off, but it is one of the ones that when you're, it's got a air valve on it, so I can still breathe really easily going out, but it's going to protect my my face here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my Diatomaceous Earth, and just so you can see here, oops, wrong side. This is what I'm using right here, Diatomaceous Earth, food grade, it's natural product and everything like that. But this is what we're going to add to the system to try to prevent this from caking up so much. Now, I should probably be using gloves when I touch this stuff, but what I'm going to use is I actually have one of these little containers right here. That's what I'm going to use to get this out of here. I'm not going to touch it directly, but I am going to be reaching in here with my hand. And see, we're just going to add in, we're going to mix it in here. So we're just going to go ahead and add this right to the top, a whole bunch. As I said, you got to wear a mask when you're doing this. And as I said, we're adding a lot of this. We're going to mix this into this and try to put some on top here as well. Actually looks like a little bit of moisture got in here since it's not going up into the air quite as much as it used to, which wouldn't surprise me. But there's a lot in there now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close my bag back up. Now we're going to start mixing this in. I'm going to use a glove. We're just going to start mixing it into this material and try to get this all through here and see if we can fix this material. Make it where it's not quite so granular, or more granular than it is. I mean, it's really clumping together and it's not coming apart. So we really need this to be much different than what it is so I can use it. Actually, I can already feel it getting a little better as it works its way into some of this material. It feels like it's already not sticking together quite as much. So I have a feeling that the worms in here have not done very well, since I haven't really been updating this quite as much, but also this material is just really bad. It still feels really dry comparatively, like much more dry than it should be, even for all the stuff that's in here. So hopefully that's enough to kind of maybe break this down a little bit. Hopefully the worms can work at it a little bit more. I think we are going to add a little bit more moisture to this too. Still see it's just really sticks to the gloves as well. This is just, it's becoming a muddy material, and I'm really hoping that this will kind of fix that with this anti-caking agent. Now I'm going to add in a little bit of moisture to this, because we should add some water. It's very, very dry. So I've got my BTI bucket right here with my dunks in it. I'm going to go ahead and add in right on here on the food, kind of water everything in. And hopefully this will help this bin recover. I'm just surprised it's drying out with how humid it is in the house. I mean, it's about 60% humidity. And we're going to go ahead and put a new label on this as well. As I said, this is going to be a quick update here. We're going to go ahead and put this new label on. We'll leave the other one over here because we did actually add it's still over on this side, the primary material. But that's it for this update. So we're going to, as I said, we're making this quick. Just kind of wanted to give a quick update on this. I'm really hoping that we can get this to recover, and that way I can start adding this material out to my yard and spread it out in a good way, instead of just having it in clumps where I got to dump it under a tree. So with that, thank you for watching. If you have any other suggestions of what I could do to fix this, let me know down in the comments. I'm curious to see what your suggestions are, and maybe we could try it. If I didn't put in enough Diatomaceous Earth this time, we could try it out to see if we could fix this. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know.